bike and talk from the bird feeder, man. Oh. Biking's a pretty good form of exercise if you're not very fit. It's less jarring as well. Had enough bloody jarring in life. Far out. So I got a bit of a loosh generator today. Maybe it was because I watched Forever Conscious Research channel before I went to bed. It's a pine cone in the middle of the bloody track. No more loosh today, Matrix. I gotta save some so that I can get home. But anyways, apparently a boy in blue showed up today at the door. I don't know what that was about. They never tell you, and you know, I guess in their defence it was, you know, due to privacy. Not that we have any of that anymore. But yeah, the family talked to them, and I left a message on the community services policeman's card. I left a message on his phone rather. It said community services on his card, and I mean that in itself is pretty damn triggering for someone who's, you know, go through severe harassment, stalking and the zuzetsang for like, you know, 5 to 8 months, whatever it was, and then, oh, there's the community services, you know, where are they when you need them? So I don't know what that's about. I just asked him if he could tell me what the charges were or leave me alone, because, yeah, I just said outright, like, you know, you guys give me post-traumatic stress because of how you did nothing when I was being, you know, professionally harassed, and I left it at that, you know, just said get back to me quickly and please, you know, and just get this thing over with. It's one of the fucking sickening things, they, you know, continue to virtue signal like, oh, we're reaching out to the community. It's like, yeah, when? What? When they're being organised stalked? Like, how are you reaching out to the community? Like, I reached out to them and nothing. You know, they just turn a blind eye, like, oh, your fucking neighbour's probably a great guy. I suppose in this new world, the great guys do meth. You know, the great guys do, you know, do their surveillance, stalking and harassment. Probably is what is the definition of a great guy nowadays. But anyway, we'll see what that's about. It might be because I mentioned the POLICE in my last video, or a couple of videos ago I think it was, when I was ranting in the park. Maybe algorithm like snitches you out to them, I'm not too sure. So that might be why, who knows. You know, they could have come to me with their concerns like 4 years ago when I was posting about directed energy weapons on Facebook, if they were really concerned about how the community's faring nowadays. But yeah, NPD and their flying monkeys, they love to do this kind of stuff. Like, they'll leave you stewing, and it's pretty beautiful. On a lighter note, sorry, I try not to make videos like this because I know the energy is bad, but it's like, fuck man, this is this world, you know. This is the shit that people go through alone. This you know, you're all alone and the boys in blue are knocking on the door, and what do they want? And You know, you're meant to play this game. You're meant to play this game like it's all fine and, you know, oh, what could possibly be wrong? Where do you even start? And then anything you say, you know, even if you say the truth, it gets used against you somehow. It's all manipulated. You know, somehow, like, it's like anything that you say and you do can be used against you, and it's like, how can they use it against you when you say what the psychopaths up top are doing to the population? How can they use that against you? It's just, I guess it works because it's just the sheer ignorance, I suppose. But yeah, anyway, for a few minutes there, 5 minutes or so, served up the whatever the fuck feeds off us, you know, who knows, in this big loosh farm. I served them up a big, you know, a big bird feeder Mac looshburger with you know, a supersized fucking serving of cortisol, and I hope it makes them sick, those greedy bastards. If it is entities, who knows, I don't know. Oh, he said entities, he's a crazy man. You know, cue the institutional, well, the gaslight in that instance is probably, you know, at least that's fair, because the entity thing there's less evidence for than things like directed energy weapons and organised stalking. But yeah, I'm sure probably he'll play it nice. Oh, he's just a nice guy, you know. Nice oblivious guy, and oh look, what's the problem here? You know, we see, I don't know how it's going to go, as I say, it might just be about something, some tiny like misdemeanor or whatever they call it. And you know, then I'm the bad guy for making a big thing out of it, but it just flares up the PTSD when you see the boys in blue when they did nothing for you, you know, when you're being fucking stalked till you have a breakdown. Anyway, so I'm going to go see my consult the great Aphrodite and see what wisdom he has for me today. That's my truth therapist. At least, you know, Aphrodite hasn't been brainwashed or indoctrinated. Actually, I'll keep this going, I'm not finished yet. There's a lady whose channel I watch, who's quite active on YouTube. She'll probably know who she is if she still watches my channel. Yeah, just going through just this one little daily thing. I thought of her, and I thought, man, I kind of resonated with the stress she must go through, having the looming thing that she's got to go through, and having to like deal with the popos and that. It's very fucking stressful, because you never know like how it will go, and there's no defense if they pull certain cards. We really don't have that many rights here, you know, and it gets all fucking hazy, and people will say, oh, they don't do that to people, they can't do that. You know, for instance, with the whole, fuck it, I'll just go there again, like with the psych reprisal, I talked to this guy and he was like, they can't do that. You know, they have to like, he said something like they have to wait 9 months before they do that to you. This is what a guy said to me, like a New Zealand guy, who'd apparently had a lot of dealings with the system, and he was actually an old meth addict, like a recovering one, and he has no idea, like they can pull it instantly. I've talked to like 20 people at least on certain Facebook groups, and they're like, don't talk to the cops, don't tell them any of this, and they just pull the psych reprisal. And these people had no rights, they had no defence, and yet I talked to like this normie guy, and he's like, no, you've got rights. They can only do that in extreme circumstances, the psych reprisal, and it's not true. I guess they only pull that shit to you if you're on the watch list or whatever it is. So anyways, sorry for the fucking. It was a pretty shaky video, it wasn't well thought out. Hey Ducky, you come to save me from the walls of the gulag closing in, eh? But yeah, it is, in all honesty, man, it is quite terrifying when the trying to be respectful here, eh? Not that they bloody deserve it. So when the enforcers of the system turn up at your door, it's quite fucking jarring. It's quite shaky, like a shaking experience. Especially, of course, to top it off, you got family there, my family, and they're like, oh, he seemed like a lovely guy, what's your problem? Lovely, he was a lovely policeman. And it's like, yeah, I know some of them are lovely. I actually met a lady who was lovely, and because a policewoman who pulled me over, like, for no crime again, but just a random like breath test, and that was pretty bloody bad luck on my behalf. Like, just when I was getting a bit of healing done, I had a random pullover. But she was lovely, but it still fucking traumatized me to fuck. All the flashing lights and all the rest of it. And yeah, family are like, oh, what's your problem? Oh, and I'm like, well, they fucking did nothing. Well, I'm being nervous breakdown by the psycho guy from the Middle Eastern country we're not allowed to name. That's my problem, and that, don't you remember? I say to them, like, I don't even know why I bother. They're all like gone mentally, like. This is the thing with family, they're just gone. You can't even fucking reason with them. You can't even be like, hey, remember that time I got, sorry Ducky, remember that time it was only went on for 8 months and I got noise campaigned and drone flyovers and chased, terrorized and chased down the road, and do you remember that? I do, they don't. What are you talking about? It's like, oh, I'm just talking about that loudspeaker noise campaign that went on for 5 months. Remember that one? No. Nope. Don't remember shit. Hey Ducky. I'm sorry, Duck. I'm busy. It wouldn't be so bad, I keep saying it, like, if it would just be acknowledged, like, covert abusers run this place, and alright, we're all in this gulag and being covertly destroyed, but no, it's just this denial and, continual virtue signal right till the fucking end, It's not a virtual signal, unfortunately, they're very real, the signals intelligence or whatever. So I guess all I can do, like, if I talk to any police, I just record everything, and I mean, even that's not safe. even that isn't going to assure anything, because if you ever get any damning stuff on film, mysteriously, and cue the big institutional gaslight when you mention it, of course, your technology just mysteriously gets deleted, like your files get deleted, or the old laptop gets a what is it, immaculate concussion, just like we get. The laptop hard shutdowns by itself and your animals flee the fucking room. My laptop went through a bout of I think my laptop must have had schizophrenia because it sarcasm, because it went through a spell of like a month-long spell of hard shutdowns, probably about a dozen of them, and the cat, on about half a dozen occasions when he was in there, like sitting beside me, he would jump up and look all like, wild-eyed, and he would like run out of the fucking room like something had happened. And I guess it was him feeling the strange electricity that caused my laptop to hard shut down. And that was only for like a month, and then that stopped, and my laptop never had another problem again. So really weird, isn't it? So this, on a brighter note, the sole survivor got his buddy back. You're a greedy little duck, aren't you? I thought they'd all perished apart from one, because there's a falcon that was targeting them. I mean, they would sleep out on the lawn together, so they were like easy targets for the the eye in the sky. The falcon's got this giant eye that sees everything. Enough said. But yeah, they took. I think the falcon definitely took out one of them, and then two others disappeared, and the mother left them, I think. And so he was walking around by himself. I kind of felt bad for him. But he's got his little brother over there, so that was nice. I sometimes wonder what law enforcement think. I mean, they have access to all our social media and shit, don't they? So they know what's going on, I guess, but they just they obviously just kind of like there in the wings, just watching everything, and then I don't know what activates them if you say something too wrong or too specific, too not general enough to be left alone. But one thing you can just be damn assured on, and a new ager will be like, you manifesting it to me, like. You can be assured that it's just cue the institutional gaslight whenever you talk about any corruption or whatever, or any torture or anything like that. Just, faceless machine, and then just this bad luck starts happening to you again. Sarcasm. Yeah, it's a fucking awful feeling. I haven't felt it for a long time, like, just that feeling of being vulnerable that is induced, for me at least, when you see, like, the popo come knocking at the door. Because you are vulnerable, it's not a safe world, and they don't make me feel safe, police. They actually make me feel the opposite. Maybe they make... Oh, look at this guy. So damn cute. Oh, man. That's something that helps the fear go away. Look at that fucking duck. Oh, he's so sweet. I'm going to turn this on off and get it. Oh, it's gone off. It's going to get a photo. Man, this is why animals are fucking brilliant. Like, the innocence, I think that's what it is. there's no agenda, there's no like two-facedness, you know, they're just innocent and honest. And even if they are a R-A-P-E-Y, because I can't even fucking say it probably without, you know, being a fucking T-R-O-R-I-S-T or whatever. Like, even if you are a R-A-P-E-Y duck, at least it's honest. At least they're not going to gaslight their victims and call them as skits, and, you know, they've got a team of goons waiting there to like drag them off to the ward or whatever. At least the duck just does his, you know, his dastardliness, and it's just is what it is, and it's upfront and honest. None of this covert bullshit abuse, covert destroying and zerzetzunging of people. I think you've had enough, Mrs. Muscovy. People will be like, oh, go easy, Timmy, they don't know what they're doing. It's only the top of the pyramid that know. But I think bullshit, you know. Bullshit. How can they remain that ignorant nowadays? How? Anyways, I better hurry up. I've got to get around the park. Gonna go hang out with the one-legged ducks now. That definitely makes me feel better. Fuck's sake, trying to do up this latch. It was interesting actually when I was having my loosh harvest after hearing about the popos. I walk outside and there's this motorbike on cue, and it's like wah, 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 you know, trying to like maximize the harvest, maximize the bird feeder man prana harvest. Not that I have much of that left. It's just like, so how does that get done, you know? And when you go through that enough of these weird like bang on cue, you know, noise campaigns and things. It's like, it's clearly some really far out orchestration. Get out of it, duck. And his feathers are beautiful. Anyways, keep going around the park. Watch out, ducky.